You're not broke because you don't earn enough. You're broke because you keep buying things that silently destroy your wealth. The truth is brutal. Most Americans are unknowingly sabotaging their financial future with everyday purchases that feel normal, even smart. But here's the twist. The rich avoid these things like poison. Why? Because they understand what drains wealth faster than a market crash. If you're spending money on any of these 8 things, you could be locking yourself out of the retirement you dream of. Number 1, brand new cars, the silent killer of your wealth. The moment you drive a brand new car off the lot, it loses up to 20% of its value instantly. That's not a myth. It's a financial gut punch backed by data from Edmunds and Kelley Blue Book. Within the first 5 years, that same vehicle will have lost around 60% of its value. Meanwhile, you're still making monthly payments, paying higher insurance premiums, and pretending it's a smart investment. It's not. It's a lifestyle trap. Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, still drives modest pre-owned cars. He understands what many Americans overlook. Cars are depreciating assets. They don't generate income, they don't appreciate in value, and they drain your savings slowly but surely. If a billionaire isn't buying new cars every few years, why are you? Let's put it in perspective. Imagine you buy a $40,000 new SUV with a 7-year loan. You'll likely end up paying over $50,000 after interest, taxes, and fees. By the time the loan ends, the car's value might be under $15,000. That's $35,000 lost. Money that could have grown in a Roth IRA, your 401k, or an index fund. Instead, consider buying a 2 to 3-year-old certified pre-owned vehicle. These cars have already taken the biggest depreciation hit, are still under warranty, and often look and drive like new. You'll save thousands up front and thousands more in the long run. Don't fall for the idea that a new car means success. Real success is owning assets that grow, not liabilities that shrink. The wealthy know this. Now you do too. Number 2, trendy tech upgrades, a modern money trap. Every year, millions of Americans rush to buy the latest iPhone, smartwatch, or laptop, even when their current device works perfectly. Why? Because companies have mastered the art of creating artificial urgency. But here's the brutal truth. This habit is costing you tens of thousands over your lifetime. Let's break it down. A new iPhone can cost upwards of $1,200. Add in accessories, protection plans, and monthly data plans, and you're looking at $2,000 plus per year just to keep up with the latest tech trends. Over 20 years, that's $40,000. Money that could have compounded into over $120,000 if invested in a low-cost index fund averaging 7% annually. Now ask yourself, did that phone really change your life? Warren Buffett, who owns Apple stock but avoids flashy upgrades, uses a basic flip phone for years. He's not impressed by new toys, he's focused on value. That's a lesson many overlook. Wealthy people don't chase status, they chase smart returns. Tech companies design their products to make you feel left behind if you don't upgrade. But most new features are incremental, a slightly better camera, a barely faster chip. In real life, you won't even notice the difference. Instead, consider this. Use your tech until it truly no longer serves you. Only replace when performance meaningfully affects your productivity or safety, not because a commercial told you to. The rich don't follow fads. They use tools, not toys. And by resisting the urge to constantly upgrade, they keep more of their money working for them, not sitting in a drawer, obsolete in 12 months. Number 3, designer clothes and accessories. Looking rich keeps you poor. Every time you swipe your card for a $900 handbag or a $300 pair of sneakers, you're not buying style. You're buying someone else's brand and paying a premium for their marketing. And here's the harsh reality. Trying to look rich is one of the fastest ways to stay broke. Americans spend billions each year on designer clothes, luxury watches, and brand name accessories. But what most people don't realize is that this behavior is driven by insecurity, not wealth. According to a study from the American Economic Review, people with lower net worth are actually more likely to spend on visible luxury items than the truly wealthy. Why? Because they're trying to project success, not live it. Warren Buffett wears simple suits and avoids flashy brands altogether. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same basic shirt every day. Bill Gates buys quality, not logos. These billionaires aren't dressing to impress strangers. They're focused on assets, not appearances. Let's get practical. That $500 spent on designer shoes could have bought shares of a top-performing ETF or helped max out your Roth IRA contribution. Over time, that decision compounds, and so does the regret of wasted money. Clothes wear out, investments grow. That doesn't mean you can't look good. It means you don't need to overspend to do it. Choose quality over brand. Learn to identify timeless, well-made pieces that offer durability and value, not just labels. The truth is simple. The people who actually build wealth don't feel the need to prove it through what they wear. They let their net worth speak louder than their wardrobe. Number 4, frequent dining out. Eating your retirement. One meal at a time. It doesn't feel like a big deal. A $15 lunch here, a $40 dinner there. But over time, eating out becomes one of the most underestimated threats to your long-term wealth. The average American household spends over $3,500 per year dining out, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's money that could have been building your future. Instead, it's being swallowed, one overpriced appetizer at a time. Here's the harsh truth. Restaurant food costs 300% more than the same meal cooked at home, and that's before you add tips, delivery fees, and drinks. What feels like a lifestyle convenience is, in reality, a steady leak in your financial bucket. Warren Buffett, despite his billions, still eats modestly, often choosing simple meals from affordable places. His habits reflect a principle the wealthy live by. Avoid recurring lifestyle inflation. Just because you can afford to eat out regularly doesn't mean it's smart, especially if your retirement isn't fully secured. Let's say you dine out 3 times a week, spending $40 each time. That's $6,240 a year. If you redirected just half of that into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, you could accumulate over $100,000 in 20 years without changing your income, just your habits. Of course, this isn't about never enjoying a meal out. It's about intentional spending. Prioritize meaningful experiences, a dinner with family, a celebration, instead of making restaurants your default setting. The truly wealthy are not careless with their money. They find satisfaction in freedom, not in fancy entrees. And that freedom starts when you stop eating away your future. Number 5, extended warranties and unnecessary insurance. Fear-based spending that doesn't pay off. You're standing at the checkout and the cashier says, "Would you like to add the extended warranty for just $199? It sounds like a smart move, protecting your purchase, right? But what you're really doing is buying peace of mind that rarely delivers actual value. The extended warranty industry is a multi-billion-dollar business built on one thing: your fear. According to Consumer Reports, most extended warranties go unused, and when they are used, the repair is often not covered due to fine print exclusions. Meanwhile, you've handed over hundreds, sometimes thousands, of dollars for a promise that might never come through. Warren Buffett's companies like GEICO understand this psychology deeply. They don't just sell insurance, they profit from people over-insuring, and you might be doing the same with your own purchases. The same problem applies to duplicate or excessive insurance. Do you really need extra rental car coverage when your credit card already provides it? Are you paying for cell phone protection on top of homeowners or renters insurance that already covers theft? These overlapping policies bleed your finances dry in small but constant drips. Instead, consider building a self-insurance fund. Set aside money in a high-yield savings account, even just $25 a month, to cover small emergencies. Over time, you'll have your own financial cushion without feeding companies that bet on you never using their protection. Protecting your future doesn't mean insuring everything. It means understanding what's truly necessary and learning the difference between real risk and imagined fear. Because the wealthy don't waste money on what-ifs, they build buffers, not bills. Number 6, latest home decor trends. When upgrading quietly destroys your wealth. Your home should bring you comfort, not debt. But thanks to social media and endless home makeover shows, many Americans feel constant pressure to renovate, redecorate, and refresh their spaces. What starts as a harmless $200 rug quickly snowballs into new furniture, new fixtures, and eventually a five-figure kitchen remodel you didn't really need. The average home renovation in the U.S. costs over $22,000, according to HomeAdvisor. Yet, many of these projects don't add real value to your home. Even popular upgrades like high-end countertops or trendy tile often return only 50% to 70% of their cost when you sell. That means you're losing money, not building equity. Warren Buffett still lives in the same Omaha home he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He could afford a mansion in every state, but he chooses function over flash. Why? Because financial freedom means more than impressing guests. Now, let's be clear. Maintaining your home is smart, but chasing aesthetic trends, the latest paint color, the must-have backsplash, or seasonal throw pillows, is a trap. Trends fade. Your mortgage doesn't. Before your next purchase, ask, does this add long-term value or just temporary excitement? The wealthy think like investors, not decorators. They know that every dollar sunk into fleeting upgrades is a dollar not growing in a retirement account, index fund, or real estate investment that actually pays you back. The truth? You don't need a Pinterest-perfect home. You need a financial foundation strong enough to weather anything. And that starts with spending intentionally, not emotionally. Because no amount of trendy decor will feel as good as knowing you're financially unshakable. Number 7, luxury vacations on credit, turning memories into debt chains. A beach in Bali, a suite in Paris, first-class flights and 5-star meals. It all looks incredible until the credit card bill shows up. If you're financing your vacations, you're not building memories. You're building liabilities. More than 40% of Americans say they've gone into debt to pay for a vacation, according to a bank rate survey. The average amount borrowed? Around $1,400. But that number doesn't tell the whole story. With credit card interest rates often exceeding 20%, that $1,400 can easily balloon into $2,000 or more over time, all for a trip that lasted a week, while the debt lingers for months or years. Warren Buffett has long emphasized that you should never spend money you haven't earned, and that includes travel. Real wealth is about freedom, not photos. The rich don't take luxury trips unless their assets are working for them in the background, paying the bill before it even arrives. Here's the deeper problem. Luxury travel creates a false sense of success. Posting beautiful pictures can make you feel like you're living well. But if it's built on borrowed money, it's an illusion. And illusions delay financial freedom. That doesn't mean you can't travel, but travel smart. Plan in advance, use rewards points, budget realistically. Focus on experiences, not extravagance. A modest trip that's paid in full brings far more peace than a lavish one that quietly robs your future. If your vacation needs to be financed, you're not ready to take it. The wealthy know this, and that's why they stay wealthy. Because nothing ruins a sunset like a credit card statement waiting back home. Number 8, subscription overload, the silent drain. You don't notice until it's too late. It starts small. $9.99 here for a streaming service, $14.99 there for a fitness app, another $29 for a monthly essentials box. None of it feels like a big deal until you check your statements and realize you're spending hundreds every month on things you barely use. According to a 2022 survey by C+R Research, the average American underestimates their subscription spending by nearly 200%. Most think they're spending $86 a month, but the real number is closer to $219. That's over $2,600 a year. A car payment, a vacation, or better yet, a solid investment contribution. This is what we call financial death by 1,000 cuts. Individually, each charge feels harmless, but collectively, they sabotage your savings, your retirement, and your peace of mind. Warren Buffett has always said, be fearful when others are greedy. Companies today are greedy for your attention and your monthly payments. That's why they push subscription models, because they know you'll forget and they'll keep collecting. The solution? Perform a subscription audit every 3 to 6 months. Go through your bank and credit card statements line by line. Cancel anything that doesn't add true value or isn't being used consistently. Be ruthless, not nostalgic. That meditation app from last January's resolution isn't worth $120 a year if you opened it twice. Better yet, adopt Buffett's mindset. Every dollar you spend today should have the potential to grow tomorrow. If a subscription doesn't move you closer to financial independence, it's moving you further away. The path to wealth isn't built in giant leaps. It's built by stopping the small leaks before they sink the ship. Here's the hard truth. Most people don't fail to build wealth because of one big mistake. They fail because of hundreds of small ones, repeated over years. And the worst part? They don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. But now you know better. Every dollar you protect from waste is a dollar that can grow, compound, and buy you something far more valuable than luxury. Freedom. Freedom to retire with peace of mind. Freedom to say no when others can't. Freedom to never worry about running out of money no matter how long you live. If this message resonated with you, if you're serious about protecting your future and making smarter decisions starting now, hit that subscribe button. This channel is here to help you think like the wealthy, act with purpose, and build the retirement you actually deserve, because no one is coming to rescue your finances, but you can, starting today.